In a world where men often walk alone, who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, this is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
Good evening and welcome. This is Men on Record, another beautiful Friday evening that we congregate, that we come together as men, young, middle-aged, and even the old, as we are discussing, as we discuss everything and everything that matters and everything as pertains to a man. And so a warm welcome to each and every one of you, wherever you are tuned in from, wherever you are watching us from. This is Hope TV, where you look and you live. You're also listening to us on Hope FM, the station where you listen and live, and also across all our social media platforms. Asanteni sana, and we do not take it for granted. Tonight, it's a very interesting conversation. There are those who are preparing for this journey. There are others who are already in it, and also others who are looking and they are like, am I ready for it? And so this evening, a very, very pertinent and timely conversation, because we are talking about before I do. That is what we are talking about, before I do. And so preparing for marriage, preparing for love, and also healing within the marriage setup. That is the conversation this evening. And so please tell a man to tell a man to tell another man that it is time for Men on Record. And before I do, tonight we talk about love matters as well. If you are married, what are those things that you did before marriage? And also some of the pitfalls that you feel that someone who is preparing for the same should avoid. What are some of the mistakes, that you did before saying I do? That is what we are looking at. Not to shame anyone, not to look down on anyone, but to learn and sharpen each other to become better men. And also for those who are preparing to avoid the same mistakes that we did when we were preparing for before I do. And so a warm welcome to each and every one of you. And the set is packed, and the men who are on set, they are ready to share their own experiences, to share as well in as far as the things that they also went through, things they have had, maybe friends or family members in as far as they were preparing before I do. And so allow me to welcome, by the way, my name is George Gishoro. I'm your host, and my co-host on the far left is also ready to pour his wisdom. To ooze. Eish! To ooze.
It has to ooze, yeah? How are you, bro?
Good to see you.
A pleasure, man.
Hey, man.
The week?
Hey, rushing.
I tell you.
It's the 26th?
Yes.
Imagine.
The 27th.
27th, or imagine.
Wow. So next week, such a time.
Yes.
In a new month.
Yeah. Hey. But the goodness of the Lord. Yeah, he has been Ebenezer. He has been fantastic to us, taking care of us.
Yeah.
And again, another episode that we are hosting on a Friday. Every time I'm hosting Men on Record, it reminds me, bro, weekend ndio hii. Ushaanza weekend. Yeah. And so, karibu sana, and it's a joy to have you join us.
Thank you.
This evening, karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And of course, you can get to interact with us on 0708 222 or 07 17400 555. That is on WhatsApp 20933, on SMS at Hope FM Live at Hope TV Kenya. That's across all social media platforms, and of course we are live on YouTube and Facebook. We'd want to share that link with a man out here. We'd want to reach the man where they are.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Hakuna kujificha.
Hakuna. Ukipitia huku tunasema
tuko hapa. Unajua ina it reminds me of someone.
Yes.
A politician. Anaweka mtego hapa.
Huku tunatengeneza vizuri hivi.
So hata hii, and this is for the purpose of the man.
For the glory
we
of God.
do not want to leave any man behind.
Yes.
So wherever they are, we endeavor to ensure that we carry them along. And so karibu sana. And it's good to have you, Frank. And then he's not a stranger to us. He's been here before. And he's also a good friend of Hope Media. We're talking about Pastor Nelson. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Gigi. How
Karibu
are you?
sana.
I'm happy to be
It's
here.
been a minute.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know where this year is going.
I know, right?
Just the other day we were saying Happy New Year.
New Year.
Look at us now.
First quarter.
The first quarter is gone.
It's gone.
But we thank God
Amen.
for his faithfulness.
Karibu sana.
I'm happy to be here.
Karibu sana, and
Thank
it's a joy to have you join us this evening. And so be part of the conversation. Use all the platforms, the SMS platform, the WhatsApp platform, the YouTube. We are live on YouTube as well. You can use the comment section. Facebook as well. You can utilize the comment section so that you can ask all those questions that you have before I do. And for those who said I do, you also can share with us lessons that you picked, lessons that you are able to practice so that a man who is preparing for the same will avoid the same mistakes maybe, and also they can tap into your wisdom as well. And so karibu sana to the conversation.
Because
and
George, you know,
yes.
somebody's asking,
Yeah.
before I do what?
Before before going to
What
school,
exactly?
before eating. Hapo nakuonea sana because wewe nakujua hiyo mambo sector. But anyway, we are talking about before I do.
Yes.
Before I say I do, before I walk down the aisle, before I get married or I marry this beautiful woman that I have picked to spend eternity with. And so karibu sana. They allow us to begin because I believe all of us actually, the good thing is that we are married.
Yes, that's all we are doing.
So you are doing
In the process of doing.
so the process of doing it.
Yes.
Let's down memory lane. How was it, before for you to feel mi sasa nimetosha mboga?
All right. You know, earlier on, talking with Wazes and just working with those who've gone ahead already.
Yes.
It was a point of, you need to be ready with this. Have these, maybe have a business, have a house, have a job, so that you can now get there. But later on, I come to realize very important details were left out when it comes to preparing this gentleman for marriage. And now, what I'm doing, I'm getting that, what they're saying, and then preparing for the transition. You understand? The wedding. The material, preparing for the wedding alone. But now the life after, that was not really sufficiently addressed. It is something that then I became intentional, even after I did. Now while doing again and doing again, doing daily, that's when I come to learn. Here were the gaps. So you now try to seek help and all that, just to get to understand what that looks like going forward.
Pastor Nelson, I'm looking at you. You are telling us you've been married quarter century.
26 years.
26.
Yes, by the grace of God.
Wow, 26 years.
So from around 2000.
To the same beautiful girl. Yes.
Wow.
I surprised somebody. I told a friend of mine who had come from the States, and as I was introducing myself and introducing my wife, so I told him, this is my wife Beatrice. We've been married for that time, that was sometimes last year, 25 years. And he was shocked. And he said, to the same lady? So I'm here to confirm, to the same one.
The same one.
26 years.
Looking back, before you met, let me say even you had met Beatrice, you were courting and all.
Yes.
Speaking to a younger Nelson, what would that thing be in as far as before saying I do is concerned?
I think one of the things that I wish maybe I had the benefit of working with an older man who would have given me counsel, telling me what to expect there ahead. I think I spent a lot of time preparing for the wedding.
Yes.
And I think when I got married, there were a number of shocks.
Yeah.
I realized that I spent so much energy preparing for the wedding
Yes.
and little preparation for the marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I did the opposite. I spent more time to prepare for the marriage.
Yeah.
Because the day we got married, that day ended so quickly.
Yeah.
And the question I asked myself by the time evening came,
Yeah.
was this or
it
as
only
in,
this?
Was it
only
worth it?
this? Can you imagine I had spent months
Yes.
planning and then I realized that we actually need to spend more time preparing for marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have touched something, Pastor Nelson, which I think affects so many of us.
Yes.
If not everyone,
Yes.
but a vast majority
Yes.
of the young men. I don't know if it is because of the pressure from friends,
Yes.
pressure from the society,
Yes.
and especially now with social media
Yes.
and comparison, because you feel, as opposed to getting to know your spouse better,
Yes.
getting to know now your fiance,
Yes.
you are now so much obsessed with, a state, should I say state of the
It's
art?
the show.
Yes.
It's the show.
It's actually the show.
It is the show, and
Yeah.
so I'm thinking so much about that day,
Yes.
that wedding.
Yes.
Correct.
So from the cars, the venue itself,
Yes.
the decoration, all
The
the food,
Yes.
even, and you put so much effort,
Yes.
and so much resources,
Correct.
into that wedding day,
And
Yes.
even get into date
and yes,
at some point.
At some
It's
point.
true.
And
Yes.
we forget to, there's life actually after that day.
Yes.
Correct.
And because now we are saying, how can a man prepare for, before
Yes.
I do?
Yes.
I feel the one thing that a man should be very careful
Yes.
is to focus more on the wedding and forget that there is life after.
Yes.
Now, with that, I mean also in terms of, and you have mentioned it, Frank, that I get into debt to please people.
Yes.
Now, I think, which is important, this one is between you and your girl.
Yes.
And so the first thing I feel is just talk to her. There are those who are extravagant.
Yeah.
But then again, you try to tell her and show her the facts that, there is life after. And
you're talking about that, and I'm just thinking
Yes,
about
yes.
when somebody said the wedding is for the woman, the bride, but I'm saying wedding is for the people.
yes, it's for the community.
Actually,
Harusi ni ya watu.
Ni ya watu.
Absolutely.
Mke ni
Yeah.
wako ama mme ni wako.
Absolutely.
But for the wedding, the sherehe is for the people.
Yeah.
I think what we are saying is both the guy, the man, and the lady, we need to spend more time to prepare ourselves for the marriage.
The marriage.
And I actually say both the girl and the young man,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
they need to prepare themselves for the marriage. Because what will surprise you is the people actually you think you are preparing for.
Yes.
A lot of time they don't care.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
Actually, the wedding, your wedding,
Yes.
is their opportunity to meet with friends.
Yeah.
And they spend a lot of time chatting,
Yes.
taking
Photos.
selfies.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
And you have gone into debt. You have spent so much energy for the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when everybody leaves,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you realize
The two of you.
there is, for the two of you,
Yes.
a life to be lived,
Oh, yes.
which you are not prepared for.
So you work on the show
Yes.
more than the cast.
Aha.
Imagine.
So you can imagine how the show will look like.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very dangerous thing. And I'm happy that we are having this conversation.
Yeah.
So that we have the hard conversation. In fact, one of the questions that when I meet young people,
Yeah.
I actually ask them, are you ready to marry? Don't give me the date. Don't tell me how you have planned all these things.
Yes.
But are you ready to be a husband? Are you ready to be a wife?
And it's a responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Things will
Absolutely.
change after I do.
There is so much that is going to change that you need to ask yourself, are you ready?
For this.
One of the things we do, and sometimes we joke around it,
Yes.
on the wedding day, after we have announced the 3 times whether there is somebody,
Yes.
we actually ask the couple individually,
Oh, yeah.
are we still having a wedding?
Has anything changed?
Has anything changed? Because
Yeah.
I would still say it is better if you realize that this is not the right decision I've made. It's better you tell the people, go and eat the pilau.
Yeah.
Let me go rethink it.
Yeah.
So it's good to call off the wedding than later on to call off the
Absolutely.
marriage
Yes.
itself.
Yeah.
100%.
A broken
Relationship.
Relationship.
It's better than a
engagement.
broken marriage.
Yes.
It is true.
Yeah.
And what we are saying is that we need to be more intentional. As in, I have spent 26 years with this girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I was not prepared, you know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about a life of misery.
Endurance. Yes.
You get what you're saying?
Yeah.
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 You're talking about God has blessed us with children. You're talking about bringing children to a very unhealthy environment. So I think it is important that people think
Yeah.
about the decision that they are making.
Yeah.
Okay.
And talking of decisions that we are making, I'm looking at it also in terms of the foundations.
Yes.
Yes.
The foundation of your marriage that you want to build. Now, with the foundation, I'm thinking of it in terms of, are you ready for some of the things that will change? We usually say, and especially when we are getting into marriage, that you're not getting this person for this. It's not a stage.
Yes.
You know,
No.
many a times we think it's a stage. And so I need to tick a box
Yeah.
that I'm now, I have a wife.
Just to fit in the
Yeah,
society.
just to fit
for
into the
social
society.
status, yeah?
Exactly. And of course, when we talk of societal pressures,
Yes.
from parents to friends, they keep asking, tutakula mchele lini?
hatuoni,
You know,
hakuna
hatuoni. So mchele tunakula lini?
Yes.
The importance of making it your personal choice of when I will, you know, there was a book by one of the veteran guys. I will marry when I
want. Professor Ngogi.
Yeah, Professor
Odiongo.
Ngugi. Exactly.
Yes.
And in a way, don't allow society,
Yes.
including your parents.
Yes.
And now, of course, we will speak to them at a later stage.
Yeah.
Whereby now, just because they are asking you to get married, they are telling you the biological clock is ticking, that even younger people are getting married and they are leaving you behind, that you remember that this is a sacred, you know, institution that you are getting into. There are things that will change. For example, when you get married, chances are, including even your friends, you will have to change how you are relating with your friends.
That's true. Some will even drop off.
You will have to, exactly.
And you see, that is a reality. There are some things that maybe just to address what Gigi you are talking about, we need to define what kind of preparation
Oh, yes.
does this person need to have.
Yes.
I normally would break it into one. There is spiritual preparation.
Yes.
You need to be spiritually ready. If you are, and today we are talking to men, we are saying that the men need to be ready to be the priests of the home. So we are saying, are you prepared?
Yes.
Now we need to be ready to take up the role of a husband. Yes. You're taking up the role of being a leader. You're taking up the role of being a provider. You're taking the role of being the priest.
Yes.
You're taking the role of soon to be a father. You're taking the role of being the vision carrier of that family. Now, those things do not necessarily require time. Let me explain.
Yes.
They require intentionality.
Okay.
Now, I got married when I was 25 years.
Wow.
And by the grace of God, I was ready to get married.
Ulijiangalia tu hivi ukasema I'm ready.
Nimeiva.
So, Pasi, you know, you're talking about you are ready for marriage.
Yes.
And there are some people who say, I don't need to prepare because you can never be ready enough for marriage. So what
Yes.
does,
what
do
it
you
means
make of
to
that?
be ready, I understood the role that I'm taking up. That I'm saying that I am ready to take care of somebody's daughter.
Yes. So the T and C's were clear for
Yes,
you. Yeah.
completely.
Yes.
And I didn't have much. I had just started working,
Yeah.
but I had a plan. you remember, politicians, they normally say,
Like a manifesto.
I had a manifesto,
The plan.
the plan. And I knew
Yeah.
by presenting this plan to this daughter
Yeah.
of somebody,
Yes.
yeah, she ticked a lot of boxes.
Yes.
That this is a guy who knows where he is going.
Yeah.
Because it is also important, again, for our young men,
Yes.
they stop saying that I have time. Because time is also important.
Yeah. Yes.
If you're 40 and you're not married, by the time you get married and you're taking you get your children and you're taking them to the university,
All the way to the university.
they will be ashamed to identify with you because
guka.
when you guka.
Yes.
So you also need to think about that. So by the grace of God, I had looked at the whole plan and decided this is the right time
Yeah.
for me to marry.
Yes.
And I'm ready to take the responsibilities. I was prepared. I had done my own research,
Yes.
talked with friends, talked with colleagues who are working with, who are married. And by the grace of God, I had surrounded myself with godly men.
Yes. The right
around,
people.
yeah, the right people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So asking the right questions.
Yes.
So I was very intentional about preparing myself, spiritually, financially, it was a plan.
For financially, I have
For financially, I had a plan. I didn't have the money,
Yeah,
but I had a plan.
Yes.
The plan was clear. And of course, emotionally, I also ensured that I am prepared. Because you see, again, if you're not emotionally prepared, you are likely to carry your brokenness into this relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is not right. So, and I understood what was expected of me as a man,
Yeah.
as a husband,
Yeah.
as a father.
Yes.
So that is something that I had prepared myself for.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think our young men,
They ought to
they
have the
ought
same.
to have the same.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility.
Yes. You're talking about that, and I'm just thinking of when you talk of the preparation.
Yes.
There's this young man who asked me, so when do I start to prepare for marriage? Do I need to get a girl first and then I prepare? Or what exactly do I do? And I just remember that the moment when you are born,
Yes.
what you begin to see,
Oh, yes.
what you
It
begin to
shapes.
hear, that is preparation in itself.
Oh,
You
yes.
it begins to shape on your view on marriage,
Yes.
on what some of the things you need to do, or
Yeah.
even how to run the marriage itself.
Yeah.
Because what the child sees when they are young,
Yes.
that is what they grow up knowing.
And I like it because you're saying the first marriage they experience,
Yes.
a child experience, is their parents.
Absolutely.
That's the first template.
Absolutely.
That's the first template.
Yes.
It's
They are
true.
in it. And so whatever the marriage, and that's why, again, we were saying as parents, we need to be very careful. The
Yes.
picture that we are portraying, because some children, some boys, they are saying, me, I will not marry. If marriage near daddy na mom.
Yeah.
me,
If
I
this
don't.
is how it
If
looks like.
This is, if this is
They
it.
have seen all the fights.
All the fights.
They have escaped when the caps are
Exactly.
flying.
They are flying. Oh yes. So they don't want that.
Yes.
And I like what you have mentioned, those three aspects of it, because we are saying before I do some of the things that also we ought to look at, especially as a man, and we are looking at a modern man. Now, for me, I've been big, and I keep saying this: please don't act the role of a husband when you are a boyfriend.
Before, yeah.
Thank you.
You're still dating.
You're still dating.
Courtship. And yet,
Exactly. So please don't play husband roles when you are still a boyfriend.
Yes.
Respect the office.
Correct.
The office that you occupy
Yes.
is the office of a boyfriend.
yeah.
Correct.
Prepare.
Prepare now to be coronated
Yes.
to
Yes.
a husband.
Uh-huh.
As it stands, you're still not coronated to
Yes.
occupy that office.
The-
and
yes.
that is important because at times it becomes very controversial.
Yes.
For me, and this has always been my argument.
Yes.
The only people I can spend on,
Uh-huh.
and spending it's not something an amount that I will feel a pinch.
Yes. Yeah.
Are women that are in my life.
Yes.
So my mom,
Yeah.
my
Your wife.
now
your
because
children.
she's my children, my
Yes,
daughter,
yes.
and all.
Correct.
Because she's now my wife.
Yes.
Yes.
I should it is now my prerogative
Yes.
to take care of her and to provide for her, financially speaking, including
Yes.
educating her,
Yes.
taking her to
Correct.
school,
Yeah, absolutely.
including buying for her an overhaul of her wardrobe.
Yes. Yes.
Taking her for trips, expensive dinners and all.
Yes.
But when I'm a boyfriend,
Still boyfriend.
I should, and I should use the minimum amount of money that I will not feel a pinch. Why am I saying this? Because unfortunately, and we have seen cases in our nation, so many cases.
Yes.
Someone says, but I educated her.
Yeah. So you think that's reason enough to
I actually-
Exactly.
I think I saw something in the
Which is
news
unfortunate.
Just
recently.
the other
Very,
day,
very
yeah.
sad.
Yes.
Very sad.
Because,
Very sad,
and the reason I'm saying this,
Yeah.
chances are, mutaachana at some point because of dating. You have no control.
Yeah.
So mkiachana, you will not feel
Like
the way-
I have lost my
I have
investment.
lost my investment. I'm an investor.
I am an investor.
I have
You're
lost
right.
some
You're right.
investments.
You know,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
reminds me of yesterday in the papers.
Yeah.
There's this lady around Mulolongo.
Yeah.
Who, the boyfriend was asking her to, wash the clothes. But she said, no, that I'm not your wife.
Exactly.
I'm not your wife.
Yes.
Marry me first and then I'll do all you
Yeah,
want.
Yes.
And I think
she
that's...
she understood the office she occupies.
Yes.
You see what I think the problem that we have had is we no longer even understand what dating is all about.
Oh, yeah.
Because dating is supposed, one, to help us to get to know the other person. And getting to know the other person, it is getting to know who they are.
Oh, yes.
Because we need to be careful that what happens on a wedding, when we exchange the vows and we put the ring, that ring does not convert a boy into a man.
Yes.
I like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
So if it's the boy putting the ring,
Yeah.
even with the ring, will still be a boy.
Yes.
What I mean is, if this guy who is putting the ring is not prepared, has not matured, does not have the right mindset of being a man,
Husband now.
a husband,
Yes.
what will happen is we will just have a married boy.
Yes.
Tabia ni za a boy. And you see, the reason why a lot of time people spend money, as you are saying, it's because they are trying to cover up.
Yeah.
So a boy who is trying to show that he is a man,
Yeah.
so he thinks money will
the
actually
definition.
is the definition of a man, which is not.
Yeah.
I think what you are saying is the guy who is preparing to say I do, he needs, I'll give an example, like the guys who work in this media house, the guys who manage this equipment. We don't employ them first, and then we tell them, now you can go to school.
Yeah. Learn on the job.
Learn on, no. The guy goes to school first.
Yes.
So that when they come for the interview, we actually want to know, can they manage this? Can they manage this expensive equipment? It's the same thing with marriage.
Yes.
That we are saying that this person ought to be prepared. You become a man first.
Yes.
So you need to ask yourself, am I a marrying material?
Uh-huh.
Am I prepared
Yes.
to be a husband? Am I prepared to be a father? Am I prepared to be the provider?
Yes.
Am I prepared to be
parent.
to parent, to be the spiritual head?
Yes.
If you're not prepared, please don't say I do. Because I do does not make you a man.
No.
Yeah.
The person who comes to say I do
Yes.
should be a man first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the
I'm
question
ready.
then we should actually be asking ourselves, what do you need to do
Yes.
for you as the man to prepare yourself so that when this lady looks at you, besides those expensive trips and those expensive gifts, when she looks at you, the real you,
Yeah.
Yes.
does she see a man?
I see. George, just before you come in,
Yeah.
there's the point of, just to echo what you're saying.
Yeah.
Somebody says, I need to find the right person so that I can marry.
and yet they need to be the right people.
Thank you. Absolutely.
To marry.
And actually, I think that is a point that we need to belabor.
Yes.
Because at times we think
Yes.
that I need to marry so that someone comes in to complete me.
Yet marriage should not, that's a disaster.
Let me tell you, Gigi.
Hold that thought, because I don't want us to rush on that point. We want to take a short break. This is our first break, and then we come back. You can tell the studio is on fire. And so please keep us company, and you can send all those comments that you have on all the platforms, and we will be addressing them as we continue. This is Men on Record. Before I do, and then also, as we are coming back, we will also be looking at those who already are in it. How can also they become better husbands?
How are they doing?
How are they doing it? I like that. How are you doing it? Please share, and we discuss that when we are back. Thank you.
The wait is finally over, and we invite you to be part of something monumental taking place in Kitale this month. The official launch of Christ is the Answer Ministry.
And I will not be silent.
Join Patience Warenga Okoth,
We'll always worship you.
this Sunday for a moment of worship on Ultimate Worship.
There's no name greater than yours.
From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and repeat from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Viumbe vyote vinakusujudu wewe, ni wewe Mesia.
Hope TV, look and live.
Vinakuabudu, ni wewe Mesia.
Next week on Hope Devotion.
Most of us, we are living our lives, but we don't know who we are. We are born again, we are believers, but we are living our lives not knowing that Christ is in us. Daniel knew who he was. Daniel knew that he belonged to God.
Join Pastor Wanjugu Gishuru as she shares the Word of God on the topic Building in Divine Order.
We are created in Christ Jesus. Christ is the living Word of God. It says so in Revelations. When he will come back for us, his vestitude will be written, living word. You could be struggling, and maybe the reason why you're struggling and the reason why you're not building sustainably and there's no increase in growth is because you're settling for the wisdom of man.
Start your day with hope every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and repeat from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Hope TV, look and live.
The wait is finally over, and we invite you to be part of something monumental taking place in Kitale this month. The official launch of Christ is the Answer Ministries Sitam Kitale Church Plant is happening on the 29th of March 2026 at Robinson's from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Come and witness the great things that God has done. It will be a time of family worship, celebration, divine encounters, and thanksgiving for what the Lord has achieved since Sitam Kitale's establishment. This is an event you won't want to miss. You are cordially invited, and please feel free to bring a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, and especially a family member to join in this special occasion in God's presence. Indeed, is there anything too challenging for the Lord? See you on the 29th of March at Sitam Kitale, where Christ is the answer.
Record, and I can tell you it is on fire. Even off where the conversation continues. And welcome back, gentlemen. Time is rushing, but anyway, we will try to squeeze in as much as we can. We left it at the point we were talking about a complete man.
Mm-hmm. You know, Gigi, if I am 70% man, when I walk down that aisle, when I'm putting that ring on that girl,
Yes.
there will be a shortfall of 30%. And that shortfall will be very visible in the marriage.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if I was poor in my keeping my finances, when I get married, I will bring that poverty into the marriage. And what the marriage does, it reveals that shortfall. And that is why sometimes people fight, because the expectation was that Nelson is bringing 100%.
Around 50.
Other people say you bring 50, I bring 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ama ukileta 70, na huyu mwingine alete 30, it's complete. That's a lie. We both bring 100%. She brings 100%, I bring 100%.
Yes.
So that 100% now becomes the new 100%.
Okay.
So if before you say I do, you need to prepare yourself to be 100% man.
Yes. You are whole.
You are whole.
Yeah.
You are complete. You have dealt with the issues that you need to deal with. If there are issues you are struggling with, I hear some people saying, I've been struggling with porn when I get married. Now that will be that's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Deal with it
Before.
so that when you are actually getting married, you are bringing 100%, a complete person.
Yes.
And I think like when the guys are out there, looking for girls to marry, they should also be looking for somebody who is complete.
Yes.
We are saying, how is their faith? Is this somebody who can respect a man?
Yeah.
Because what you are saying, if you have to buy respect
Yes.
when you are dating, you go for a date and maybe you are late for 5 minutes and she insults you in public, and then you tell her, babe, you buy some flowers, you do something to cool her down. Trust me,
Yes.
those insults in a date,
Yes.
they will show up in the marriage.
So we keep on putting on fires.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when people are dating, the areas you notice that they are incomplete, those are the ones you need to work on. And you need to be very open and say, hey, there is a way I saw you treat, a waiter.
Yes.
We are having a date,
Yeah.
and a waiter, makes a mistake, maybe brings what you had not, brings you a Coke instead of a Fanta.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you insult that waiter.
Yeah.
And you're having a date. If this is a girl, or if this is, now you're talking to the young men,
Yes.
if your girl behaves that way,
Yeah.
that shows you an element of incompleteness in her.
Yes.
That dating should fix before you get married.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she will carry that one into the marriage.
Yes.
I think that is the struggle that we have. What are we bringing to the marriage?
Okay.
100%
Yes.
or 70%? If it is 70,
Yes.
please make use of the dating. Have a plan on how to deal with the 30.
Fix the 30.
Yeah.
It will not disappear because you have put a ring.
And maybe it will be the source of problems in the
Might
marriage.
be actually the
Marriage reveals. Marriage does not cover. Some people say,
And-
when I get married,
Exactly. Someone who was struggling in a particular area.
marriage
in their
will
life,
reveal.
They feel, once I get married,
That's a lie.
it will be.
That's a
covered.
lie.
We have also families that are pushing. Maybe the man is maybe struggling with alcoholism and all.
Yeah.
They find a woman and they marry. Because they see her to come and tame their son.
So that's an employee, not a wife. And you see, when you work as an employee, there is what we call, the performance, the KPIs.
KPIs.
So that family will actually have your KPIs ready.
And the clause for termination will...
Thank you. It will be activated.
Wow.
They will be doing midterm review.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Is he still drinking?
Yeah.
Is he still going out? You're not doing well.
Oh, yes.
And that is why sometimes you actually find the family of the boy sometimes even chasing the girl.
Yeah.
Because she has failed the KPI
mandate,
that they kept for her.
Yeah. I think the other area that also I feel is important for this man who is preparing to say, I do, is the area of past wounds. Because past wounds also, they have a way of showing up in a very inappropriate time
Yes.
in marriage.
Yes.
And so, unless I deal with, quote unquote, my demons,
Absolutely.
they will show up and again they will create havoc.
The skeletons.
You
The
see,
skeletons,
you
yes.
see what happens. People get into marriage, and you have seen when people are getting married, the excitement. They actually believe this guy cannot break an egg. This girl is an angel.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
So when people get married, then they start getting surprised.
Yeah.
That
This is not what I signed up
because you see, marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage reveals who you are.
for. Yeah.
Marriage reveals what is inside you. So it is important that if you have some brokenness, if you have some trauma, if you have some hurts, please deal with them.
Yeah.
Maybe love will help you heal.
No, that's a lie. No. It is important to address them.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, today, especially in our church circles, you can be helped.
Yeah.
Here at Sitam Valley Road, we have a counseling center.
Yeah.
Professionals.
And it's free.
And it is free.
Yeah.
Professionals who can actually help to deal with your past hurts. Because they normally say that a hurt person will hurt others.
Yes.
And who are you likely to hurt most? The person you love
people who is
most.
closest.
Because the people who are close to you, they have more expectations.
Yes.
So when you are hurt, you are a hurt person, you will definitely hurt them.
All right.
Kuna sisi ambao tuko ndani ya hii ndoa. Let's talk to us who are already, now we are doing.
George, you are talking about sisi wetu kondani, and somebody remembers the butterflies during that day.
Oh, yes.
And they feel love alone will sustain this thing. The challenges comes, love will overcome. You know? Sema kwamba love overcomes a multitude of smells.
Yes.
It overcomes a multitude of smells. So no matter how bad this guy can be, that love
Love will
keep
deal
this
with
thing
it.
going.
For me, love is important.
Yes.
Because, love keeps us going and all. But, and of course, so many people cannot relate. And especially those who are either dating, courting, or anticipating to get into marriage, or those who are still in the honeymoon stage. So
They can't sleep. They can't sleep.
They're actually wondering, what are these guys talking about?
But love in itself will not sustain a marriage.
True.
Trust you me, there are days you wake up and you are looking at her because we are him.
And you're asking, what was I thinking? What was I thinking?
So love, it's for me, marriage is sustained by deliberate, intentional, daily choices.
Yes.
To love this person.
Absolutely.
Saying
It's
I
a
do
commitment.
daily.
It is a commitment.
It is a commitment.
It's I do
daily.
Yes.
Daily.
Correct.
And if I just wait and think that the love I had for her, the butterflies, the sleepless nights,
The butterflies will escape in the evening.
So it's a deliberate choice.
It's true.
To love intentionally, love this person, even with her flaws, because now, as we have said, when you come into
They'll be
marriage,
more pronounced.
they are now more pronounced.
Which is true.
You
There
are
are some you
sleeping
never
and
even
waking
knew.
up with
Yes.
some you didn't even know.
Yes.
But now it's a choice that yes, I made a choice and I have to live with it now for the rest of my life. And this also boils down to the mindset that Pastor you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
The mindset that marriage also, which is important for men also to understand, that marriage is a covenant
Yes.
and not a contract.
Absolutely.
There's no exit clause.
Yes.
Correct.
I like what Frank said to me earlier. You are not the death.
Till death to
Because the Bible talks of
Death.
till death.
And you're not dead.
You are not death.
and
Clearly.
you said those words.
Yes.
So are you deaf?
Are you
to
In fact,
introduce?
actually, the question is, sometimes you wonder, when people are saying those vows, do they really
have they internalized?
have they internalized? Because as you say, there are moments, and it's not only for us, the boy child.
Yes.
Even the girl, there's a time she looks at you and she wonders, what was I thinking?
This is it.
But you see, when you are committed, when we started, we said that one, you must be spiritually ready.
Yes.
And what that means is that you have a proper relationship with God. As in, God is part of this marriage.
Yes.
When Solomon talks about a
threefold cord.
He is actually talking about that third one is God.
Yes.
Malachi, God says that I was a witness of your covenant, of your marriage covenant.
Yes.
Now, what that means is that you are mature enough to know that I owe it to God to keep the commitment that I made.
You're talking about the threefold cord.
Yes.
God in the marriage.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about purpose. That this marriage, if it lacks the purpose, when love fades, the marriage will crumble.
Yeah, it will.
True.
Because what's holding you guys together?
Yeah.
If it was only love, the fleeting feelings, then that means do us part.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because I'm looking at my clock and it's telling me we only have 15, if not less, minutes to wrap up our conversation this evening. There is a man who is already doing this thing called marriage.
Yes.
They are in it, and there are unmet expectations. You will agree with me, gentlemen, that when you are walking down the aisle and you're saying I do, the things that are on your head, if only we could open and read, they are just, over the moon.
Yes.
There are so many things so many expectations that are there.
Some unrealistic.
Very unrealistic.
True.
And you actually appreciate that when you get into marriage. Someone was comparing it and they were saying it is soap opera and then you get Afro cinema. So this man who is doing this thing called marriage, but there are unmet expectations, and they are like, I think I did a mistake. I think I married wrong. You have had such things, married wrong. I don't think I made the right choice and all. How can they rekindle their love and also their marriage?
I think for me, I would say one statement that marriage works. In a society that seemingly people think that marriages are not working, marriage works.
Yes.
But marriage is work.
Yeah.
So marriage works, but marriage is work. And what it means is that there is something you do to make it work.
It works because
it doesn't just happen.
No.
Yeah.
So there must be intentionality to make it work. And one of the things that you find, like what we do in church, we provide opportunities where married couples can actually come together and help each other in small groups.
Yes.
So that you start asking, when I talk with Gigi and I ask him, how are you dealing with your situation? You tell me your experience, then I tell you mine. We help one another.
Yes.
I think one of the challenges that we have today, we are not intentional. We give up so easily.
Yes.
Look at the places of where we work. It is not always that
easy.
everything is working.
No.
The salaries, our bosses are always, anytime we are expecting an increment, there's always a story, and that is the reality of life.
Yeah.
But then we tell ourselves, we do some calculations and we ask, between this and this, what are my options? And that is why you are here.
Yes.
You keep coming.
Yes.
You keep showing up.
Yes.
You keep working on it. I think it is important that we ask ourselves, what are the things that we can do? I have said that we can join couple groups, find people that you can talk to.
Yes.
Don't die with your issue, especially for us men. Talk about it. Find a friend who is a responsible friend. Talk about it. Ask how you can get help. If you don't find that kind of help from a friend, talk to a pastor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Approach a pastor and you say that this is what I'm going through. I may need some assistance.
Yes.
And if all doesn't work, please come to the counseling center.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have professional marriage therapists who will help you to work on the marriage.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, it is work.
It is work.
Yes.
It is
But-
hard work.
but it works.
And even us, as you have rightly mentioned, Pastor, even us in the business or even corporate world,
Yes.
you keep improving yourself.
Yeah.
Become a
Your
better.
skills.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
keep
Yes.
improving on your skills.
Yes.
But then again, when it comes to marriages, we don't attend marriage seminars.
Yes.
We don't listen to marriage podcasts.
We are not
Yes.
sharpened.
We are not sharpening ourselves.
Correct.
Let's talk, because I'm looking at it, and I feel also the place of humility. The Bible talking to us, the married people, submitting one
To
to
another.
another.
Yes.
Yes.
Because so many of our marriages are also struggling.
Yes.
Because of arrogance.
Yeah.
Because of pride.
Pride,
Because
yes.
of selfishness.
Correct.
And so I'm like, and especially now because it's men on record, and
Yeah.
so we are talking to the men. I'm thinking about it being the head of the family.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that even when things are not going right,
Yes.
personally, I would say there are times I would, as initiate
Yeah,
the
there's
conversation,
answer,
hata yes, yanaweza anza. But
Yes.
then again, I called myself to a small meeting,
Yes.
and then I remembered, a chief,
Yes.
you're the head.
Yeah.
If niwe uliumizwa, you
Take
have to
leadership.
initiate
That is leadership.
That is now
Yes,
leadership.
that is leadership.
How important is when things are okay?
Correct.
Because a proper leader is known when things are
Are tough.
Are
They
tough.
actually say if you want to know a good pilot,
Yeah.
it is not when the everything is quiet.
No.
Yes.
It is during storms.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
That
true.
is when you get to know a good pilot.
Yeah.
For you to know that you are a good leader when things are not working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Bible tells us that husbands, love your wives the way Christ loved them. That is a very high standard.
That one.
Because the same Bible in Romans tells us that Christ for us while we were.
So I'm not expecting her to be behaving well.
Yes.
For her
So you
to
don't
be,
love her because yes,
So
Hey,
it's,
hey.
it's a good thing already. Because
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, be a Christian.
The fear of the Lord. I'm listening.
What we are actually saying is when the Bible says love has a multitude of sins,
Yeah. Yeah.
what we are saying, learn to love the Jesus way, where you are loving, expecting in return.
Yes.
We will find it easier.
Yeah.
The other challenge I feel we are facing also in marriage setups is, and you alluded to it earlier, we are giving up quite easily, so that instead of Gigi working out with Mrs. Gigi,
Yes.
and the challenges that we are facing, and the many obstacles that we are facing, and finding a way out of the same, I find it easier to
Were home, things were okay. That
Yes.
people are loving
Yeah.
one another. People are humble. We stopped doing the very small things we used to do.
could it be familiarity?
Over time, you
true.
stop doing what you are supposed to do. So we are saying,
Stop dating.
before I do,
Yeah.
and then now
after.
I'm
You
still
stopped.
doing.
This lady, I used to take her out for coffee. I used to buy her gifts.
Yes.
I used to chat her. I used
used
to
to
text
text
her.
her. When we say now that-
marriage is work,
Uh-huh.
now
is the
that
work.
is the work.
That's
Because
the
people
doing.
were
Continue
asking,
to-
maybe they-
yes. Now that is the
I'm with
work.
this- I'm with this person,
Taking her
meant-
out, which is
Yes.
okay.
and I believe she will be understanding.
Absolutely.
You can text her during the day.
Absolutely.
That I'm still thinking about you. By
Yes.
the
You
way.
know,
Yes.
there is a marriage seminar that we attended.
Yeah.
And the guy who was training us, he told us, send your wife a text and tell her, sweetie, I miss you.
Yeah.
and then wait for the response.
Yes.
Now, what was in minutes? Most of the men were saying, the wives were calling, were asking, what is happening?
Yeah, this is
I
not
think-
normal.
Because, and you have just said,
Wow.
sweetie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Let's make marriage work by working on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
keep on investing in it.
And it's
still-
the very small
she's
thing.
still-
Buy the flowers.
Yeah.
Those flowers you are.
Aka chocolate.
Yeah.
And by the way, it doesn't even have to be expensive.
No.
The thoughtfulness
Yeah.
behind it
Yes.
is what is
Let me
required.
tell you, now being vulnerable, there was a time, even in our marriage, hey, my wife, hatutaishi hivi, because she was like, we are becoming now transactional.
Yes.
It's all about the kids.
Yeah.
Tumelipa school fees.
Yes.
Tumelipa nyumba.
Yes.
Sijui nini.
Yes.
There was no time for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how are you doing? You know, what is troubling you? And by the way, I realized, even going through our chats,
Yes.
by the way, ni
It is
hakuna-
very transactional.
Yeah. It's very transactional.
Kuja na unga.
Kuja na unga.
Kuja na sukari.
Oh, sijui nini.
Umesahau.
Umesahau.
Exactly. And so, for me, we decided now,
Yes.
and we told the kids,
Yes.
we need to create daddy and mommy time.
Yeah.
Now, what will surprise you,
Yeah.
you know, I'm in that space which they call the empty nest. When- now, that is the time you realize
Yeah.
that you friend,
Yes.
your spouse,
Yes.
you should be your friend.
Yes.
Enjoy spending time together.
Yes.
Because when the children are out of the house,
The emptiness.
my friend,
Yeah. And that's
you,
why so many we are struggling.
so you need
during
to
that
prepare
phase.
every let's keep reliving those good old times.
Yeah.
You know,
You
trouble
know-
will come
Yes.
when now the children get married.
Yes.
And now you are back together like you started.
And you're wondering,
So
who is
who
this
is
guy?
this?
Yes.
We can't
Yeah.
relate. We
Yes.
can't talk.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we need to be intentional today. Let's work on our marriages. In fact, what will surprise you, if I told you about what is happening in my marriage,
Yes.
you'll be surprised. You'll be saying, hey, Pasi, I think I'm doing better. Now,
Yes.
we need to normalize talking.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Just when you get to know what somebody, another person is going through, then you start realizing maybe what I'm dealing with is not as bad as I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. I think we need to bring it to a close. Hi, I'm getting you clearly from Sotik in Bomet. I'm married to one wife, lovely Monica, and being blessed with a son, Caleb. I'm here to testify that in marriage is an institution where you can be trained to be complete man and woman. Also having two irons on one basket, it must hit each other and noises must be heard, which is normal. But important core is forgiveness and humility. Stephen here saying, you guys are hitting the nail on the head. Thank you for that advice. I'm learning a lot. Jeffrey Kasioki, learning a lot. A timely discussion following from JKI. That is JKIA as well. Thank you so very much for your feedback as well. Lona Lihemo also watching us from Kakamega. How do we ensure that before I do and even after I do, that yes, we are doing it?
I would say let us normalize having this kind of conversations that we are having.
Yeah.
I think in the past people used to talk about marriage. You know, sons, uncles would sit down with their nephews and talk about what it means to be a man. Aunties would sit down with the girls and talk about what it means to be a wife. I think it is important that we go back there. We be very intentional
Yes.
to prepare our sons
Yeah.
and to prepare our daughters
Yes.
for what marriage is. We cannot just allow marriages to happen like trees
Yes.
growing in a forest.
Provided two people
No,
are together.
no.
Yeah.
Let us be intentional about it. Every space that we have in the homes, in our communities,
Yes.
in our churches, let us be intentional about talking about this. And let us do it as early as possible.
Right.
Let's not wait for guys when they
Yeah.
are 30. That's when you are telling them
Yes.
what it means to be a man.
Very true.
Start as early.
I should say,
No.
there are people in marriage, one has, left
Yeah.
we're fine too. So it's one person sustaining this marriage, doing all it takes to just keep the two together.
Yeah.
So I think it calls for partnership. That as my wife does this, I'm also doing my bit.
Everyone bring your 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, so
Complete
that
people.
it's a partnership.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
all doing it, not one person.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so very much. And I think I can close it with this one. Don't judge a man by his car, his watch, or his job, or even his money. Judge him by his wife. This has been Men on Record. Thank you so very much. I wish we had more time to continue having this conversation. But of course, every Friday, Men on Record happens 7 to 8 p.m. so that we can sharpen each other. We can carry each and every one of us in this journey as God shapes us, as God molds us to become the men that he has called us to become in our families, in our marriages, in the lives of our children, in the society, and also in the nation at large. We will have a repeat of this tomorrow, being Saturday, from 6 p.m. But of course, you can share the link with a man who did not listen to today's episode. And of course, I know they will be, sharpened and challenged as well. Gentlemen, thank you so very much for your time. Enjoy your weekend, and regards to your families.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Asante sana. And to the entire crew, wengine wananiambia also they have been reminded by their spouses wamechelewa. So please tell them, text them back and tell them we are on our way, tumemaliza kazi. And of course, let's continue to work on our marriages. As we have been reminded, marriage is hard work, but marriage indeed does work. Thank you so very much. This has been Men on Record. I've been your host. My name is George Kishuru.
They call me Favored Frank.
Blessings
Bye-bye.
and good night for now. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Beatrice Nudi, a host on Hope at Dawn with George Gishuru. Thank you so very much for your support and your loyal viewership. How is the signal in your area? We would love to know. Please do scan the QR code that you see on your screen so that we can know how to serve you better.